Hey budgeteers, welcome to part 5 of my personal financial tale. If you missed part 4, 3, 2, or 1, check the link in the description below. I have the playlist there that will play all of these through. If you just needed part 4, click on the link here, and let's jump back to the story. At the beginning of 2016, we started our big, massive push to eliminate all debt. And we had our rental property bringing in a little bit of cash flow. We had our current home, which was bringing in no cash flow and just basically a new debt that we had built upon ourselves. And we had to use a bunch of credit card tactics and things in order to obtain the new house. So we ended up somewhere around $75,000 in debt. It was crazy big amounts. However, making the choice to leave the rental property down in Salt Lake, we had that small amount of cash flow that was covering one debt, and I was working really hard, making more money in Idaho Falls so that we were able to cover the rest of our debts, and we were pushing really hard in order to get rid of everything that we could at that time. So from January, we were just pushing. It was such a drive for us to get rid of all of our debt. I built our calculator that told us how long it would take. We were set in stone, ready to rock. And we had in the past basically knowingly made choices to go deeper into debt based on certain decisions we wanted to make in investments and other things. So we knew that that day was going to come that we would have to just dig ourselves out. Dangerous water, I know. But we started pushing really hard, and January, February, they were great months. March, we were doing awesome. April, we were still trucking down that path. Everything was going really, really well. Then all of a sudden the summer rolled around, and we found out that the housing market was basically at an all-time high. It was super hot in the area that we had left the house down in Salt Lake City. We did a market evaluation, and I don't know, maybe I'll regret it sometime here down in the future because it may go up even more. But there was a chance and an opportunity we had that our tenant didn't want to stay in our house anymore, so we were able to let them out and sell the house at the same time. It was a really stressful event. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was not easy to tread around the laws and everything that were going on there. We had to help this person get out. We had to basically take on 2 mortgages at once for a short amount of time while we got ready to sell one and put it out on the market. It was a crazy, absolutely crazy experience for us. So we got that all ready to go. We had a realtor down in Utah that was excellent. And I will actually leave a link in the description below for her Facebook page in case anybody in Utah is looking to buy or sell. It was an awesome experience. I can't even tell you how great it was. Brittney was her name. She is awesome. I've known her for a really long time, and I highly recommend working with her if you get a chance to move to or from Utah. Look her up. Anyway, looking at that experience, I was glad we chose somebody down there that was knowledgeable and really great at what they did, because we were able to stay in Idaho Falls the whole time while she took care of everything. She got everything fixed with the tenant leaving. She got it all ready to go. She helped get all of our the house in order so that it looked good again, as good as it could get. And we were able to sell the house for an excellent premium. Let's just say it was enough to cover all of our debts at $72,000 plus give us some in the bank as well. It was an awesome thing that happened to us. Now, we debated for a long time. I mean, we have 2 choices there. And honestly, you may ask yourselves why, you may ask me, why wouldn't I just pay off all of the debt if I had the money to do so? There's reasons behind that, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about debt and how you can use it as a tool for you to help you, because this was all part of the plan. Now, I know that there was some risk involved, and I believe in some risk. That's something that I definitely believe in, and I use it. Now, I don't believe that risk is for everyone. I think that there are 3 kinds of budgeteers that are out there in this world. The first type of budgeteer is someone who is a cash-only budgeteer. They want it straight and simple, they need it nice and easy, and just cut dry. I want to know that when I spend this money, I have this money. And that's great. Then you have budgeteer number 2, and I fall into this category. It's someone who uses a lot of cash. They use a lot of systems that tell them how much money they have, but at the same time, they're willing to take some risks on the other side, make investments, and put their money in places where they could lose it all, or where they have chances of a really big gain. Now, they don't absolutely drown themselves in debt, but they also don't just use cash only. They have a system in which they hope to come out ahead, and they take some risks there. The third type of budgeteer is someone who is a risky business player. And I know a lot of these people, they will go out and invest in things that they don't have the money for and leverage themselves to the maximum. Take out as much debt as you can, put it out there, and see if you can just score big one time and bring it all home. I've seen it work for people, and I've seen people just drown. In fact, I believe if you read Dave Ramsey's story, he kind of has a similar situation where he had leveraged himself up pretty well. He was making a lot of money, but then when everything crashed and he had some financial issues, and again, I don't want to tell his story, that's his thing, but then he went into bankruptcy. So I've read and been told. Now, with that, then he comes back around and says, look, I'd rather have it more cut dry, and he creates this method of just cash-only systems. It's been around a long time. It's not his thing, but he definitely claims the fact that he can talk about that, and I think it's great. So I have now aligned different people with different strategies. I feel like Dave Ramsey's very good in teaching and creating the strategies of cash-only systems. Now, on the other hand, on budgeteer number 3, Robert Kiyosaki comes in, and he is the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Now, he will tell you that it is worth taking risks and just basically leveraging yourself to the max. His books will tell you that there are always ways to get ahead, and he talks about his real estate deals and his business ventures and all sorts of things that he takes a lot of risk, which I think is great. There are some people that score out really big on that, and that's where I fall. I'm budgeteer number 2, and I really want to help people understand that there is a fair balance, and you can take credit cards, you can take the risk that you have there, and you can actually use that to build and get into a situation where you have the possibility of winning, but at the same time, you haven't totally drowned yourself to the point that you can't come back. And I mean, I never had the fear that I would fall into bankruptcy. I did have the fear that I would have debt forever, but never that I was going to lose everything and that my family would starve. So, I mean, I guess it could have happened, but I definitely stayed more on the line of where I felt like that was not a big opportunity or a big chance of happening. So that's my debt story. A lot of people will tell you that I got lucky, or you may be thinking that I got lucky. I don't think I got lucky at all. In fact, I strategically bought certain things and made certain plays in order to get myself into a situation that I felt good about. And I love business. I love creating transactions, keeping that house, and knowing that the market was on the rise and watching the economics of the housing industry was something that I had a thrill. It brought so much joy to me. Again, I was talking about in the last video that someone had told me that I just get excited about budgeting. I get excited about all sorts of business. I get excited about passive income. I get excited about business ventures. I get excited about keeping yourself on a cash system. I get excited about building spreadsheets in Excel. I get really excited about that. I love building in Excel. So I have another person, a couple people that I'm going to mention here. So Heather Bailey came a few weeks ago, and I haven't seen any comments since, but she gave a really great comment. She found me through someone else's blog comment section on their channel, because I go out and I do watch other people's videos about how they're getting debt-free or what they're doing financially. And she says, I love your step-by-step instructional videos. I'm a budget newbie as well as technically challenged. So this is exactly what I need. Thanks. I appreciate that. I'm glad to know that people are finding me through other venues and coming here and learning step-by-step how to manage their money. So again, there are 3 types of budgeteers. You've got number 1, cash only. I'm here to support you, and I will teach you everything I know about cash-only systems. Budgeteer number 2, if you want to use some credit cards, earn some rewards, some points, use that to basically make some money while at the same time using a cash system, and also learning how to invest and put your money out in the stock market where you could lose that money, but you could also gain more money. That's where I stand, and I'm here to help you with that as well. Or if you're on the far end where you want to take lots of risks and you want lots of reward based on those risks, I know the guidance and the paths that I can send you on that as well, and I can help you there also. I'm here to teach all ways, but I do want to show that there are more than one way to budget. And I feel like YouTube was very slammed with people telling you that you either are Ty Lopez, who he owns really nice cars and he rents things and does crazy things to make a bunch of money, Or you've got those people that are out stuffing cash envelopes in every video, and that's great too. Both sides are amazing. But there's also a middle ground to where you can use some of that to grow yourself and to make yourself grow faster if necessary, or if you want to. Not that you have to. So another awesome comment that I received, and this was just recently, and I've tried in these video series. I don't know how well I did, but this one's going to make the board because I think it's funny, and it's also a really good reminder to me. Starting this YouTube channel, this was one of my biggest fears, and it appears that I have fallen into the hole. That chick T commented on my video, "Anyone ever told you that you don't blink?" How am I doing? I don't know. It's one of those things. It makes me laugh, and I need to remember it. I do need to remember to blink while I'm talking. I get so intense on what I'm saying and looking at a camera that I may forget to blink or look away or do something natural. So thanks for sticking with me. This has been really fun to talk about who I am, where I've come from, my personal financial journey. I know it's different, and I didn't start YouTube to come out here and count down my debt like others do. I came after the fact. And I hope that I can help you and answer any questions that you have, guide you where I can. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below at any time, or reach out to me on my website at budgetwithquincy.com. I'm here to help, and I really want to express any time that I can help with to you. I want to be there for you. If there's something you're struggling with, financially or personally, let me know. I'm happy to help. You can follow me on Twitter at Quincy Chapman. You can also follow me on Facebook, Budget with Quincy. You can subscribe right here on this channel. I'm ready to become a band of budgeteers. No matter what type of budget you use, I want to support you. I'm not telling you that you're doing anything wrong. I want to know what you're doing, and then I want to support you in that path. And I want to take you there, and I want you to get to where you want to be, wherever that may be. Now, as for me, I'm going to talk about my goals, but I'm going to do that in the next video, and it's going to be a little bit more of just an about me, a really quick about me, not part of the story, but just where I want to go, my goals, and why I'm still on a financial path as well. We'll see you next time, Budgeteers. Thanks for joining me for this financial tale of my personal finances. Thank you for watching. I'm extremely glad to have you here. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave them down below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the thumbs up. For more awesome videos, make sure you are subscribed.